The Battlefield sandbox has its share of busted weapons over the years. Some were quickly fixed, and others just became meme-worthy. What's up all? I'm David, and I got a fun, quick list for you today. Now most of my experience personally lately has been with Battlefield 1, but will definitely include infamous guns from across the series. If you want to see more Battlefield stuff, leave a like. And if you're really ready for some Battlefield 6 news, then absolutely hit that subscribe and bell button. It's free. Let's get started. Everyone hates getting one-shot, but if you are a fan of not just getting easy one-hit KOs, but even bringing up some wicked collateral kills as well, then you are most likely familiar with the first entry on our list, the Martini Henry infantry rifle, used by the Scout class.
Oh, boys.
The gun has been nerfed currently to where the only real advantage is its one-hit KO range compared to other rifles in the same class, but pre-patch, the Martini Henry had a monstrous one-hit KO window for shots that landed on torsos and even arms and legs. Usually to get the full 100 damage in order to kill, you'd need a headshot, but to be able to wipe out squads by just shooting them in the gut between 30 to 80 meters is definitely OP territory. To unlock the gun, you had some initial grinding to do if you don't normally play the Scout class, as the rifle only unlocks once you reach Scout class level 10. There's still plenty of players that favor the rifle, from its slick sound design to its aesthetic, but all that is honestly wasted on me. Then again, I found myself unfortunately on the receiving end of the Martini Henry infantry rifle multiple times. Here we get into the M16, where Battlefield 3 veterans who have played the game longer than I have will most likely shudder at the idea of this gun in the hands of a player like me. That is to say, any low-level player seemed to be able to suddenly turn god tier. With an assault rifle that had exceptional stats across the board, from its rate of fire and accuracy, even from the hip, to its versatility in combat at almost any range, the gun was a force to be reckoned with before it eventually got patched. Keep in mind, Battlefield is a game of opportunity cost when you use a certain class. You're expecting certain advantages at the expense of others. But with the M16A3, you didn't have to sacrifice anything, which naturally caused problems for everyone who wasn't currently using the rifle. Battlefield 3 has another entry on this list with absolute overpowered and busted weaponry, this time in the form of a 12-gauge shotgun, the USAS-12 with frag rounds. Now a great way to get a gun straight onto everyone's shit list is its ease of use. Everyone, and I mean everyone of all skill types can grab this thing, hold down the fire button, and go to town thanks to its ridiculous combination of damage, range, and fire rate. The gun has inspired countless forms of debate and even various parodies and memes, and it destroys the line between kind of feeling rewarding and arcadey, which isn't a bad thing. It's kind of hilarious, and this was after the gun was already patched, so I can't even imagine how it must have felt in-game at the time, but do any basic search online and you'll see gameplay clips of just how broken and busted this gun was, especially against vehicles. There's something to be said about a weapon being broken partly because everyone in the game decides that they need to use it. What I'm saying here is that in Battlefield 1, the Regal 1915 factory SMG was a weapon that was very forgiving, but was quickly viewed as busted and overpowered almost through a weird case of community peer pressure. Now if you're dying to an enemy using the SMG, that's fine, right? Now imagine a dozen assault class enemies are all using the Regal. The probability of your streaks coming to an end at the hands of this SMG dramatically increases, which is what every Battlefield 1 player experienced. The SMG wasn't easy to access either at first. It was one of the final weapons assault class players unlocked, and it even has some weaknesses, such as sporting a below average damage per round stat. But thanks to its incredibly high magazine, tight spread, and incredible versatility, the appeal of this Regal for all types of players became unavoidable, and it's a big reason why this gun is viewed as unbalanced the more popular it became. Battlefield's most recent title threw some love to the medic class with an incredibly popular SMG, surprise surprise, that encouraged a type of playstyle that irritated a lot of players simply because of how forgiving and busted the gun turned out to be. With an incredibly fast fire rate of over 1000 RPM, with the potential upgrade of going even beyond that to 1200 RPM, the common trade-off would be a small magazine and needing to constantly reload. However, the Nambu Type 2A not only had a fairly hefty magazine clip, but also had an incredibly quick reload speed. Combine that with the one class that could heal themselves faster, and you ended up facing some of the most aggressive medics the franchise ever saw. So that's our quick list for this run, but if you felt like you've been egregiously wronged by a particularly broken weapon that wasn't on this list just yet, let us know in the comments, and discuss which guns were totally busted, and you never know, you might find your nightmare gun in a part 2 list in the future. Thanks for watching.